Welcome to the Transform Sales Podcast, where forward-thinking business leaders come to share their experiences and ideas, learn from each other, and amplify their results together.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Transform Sales Podcast. We are in another episode of the Sales Software Review Series. Today, I'm with Kapil. Kapil, how are you doing today?
Doing well, Eddie. How about you?
Doing great as well. Thank you so much for asking. Kapil, what is the software that we are going to discuss today?
So it's basically Clodura.ai. What we do is we automate the whole lead gen process in a single platform. So earlier, if you're typically using something like ZoomInfo, you have to buy 4 or 5 different tools. You have to buy Sales Navigator, you have to buy Lucia, you have to buy an outreach engine, plus ZoomInfo license and an email verification and everything else. We've clubbed all of that into a single platform so that you don't have to buy any other tools. And the whole sales stack for lead gen is already available under a single hood. That's what Clodura does.
Wow, those are some big claims. So database, outreach tool. Would this also be replacing the CRM, or would this live on top of a CRM?
It will integrate with CRM. So we integrate with all major CRMs already. So we can push and pull data from the CRM seamlessly.
Fantastic. Now, you mentioned replacing ZoomInfo, Apollo. Those are big databases. So why don't you talk about your ideal client or customer for Clodura.ai?
Yeah, so typically anyone who does B2B outreach is our customer. We also have a lot of B2C customers who do a lot of inbound and want to enrich their data before they reach out to customers. They can also use Apollo. They can also use Clodura. The main thing here is we are extremely good at our data in terms of if you want to reach out North America or Europe or India or APAC region. We have extremely good data. If you compare with Apollo, our hit ratio is actually far better. The bounce rate is almost under 3.5% consistently for over millions of emails that we have sent. We have a lot more phone numbers. So anyone who wants to do calling and do that process extensively, I think they find a lot of data in Clodura for that.
Fantastic. So more numbers, more contact information, and less connect rate issues. So less emails that bounce, less phone numbers that don't connect, or maybe IVRs that land on an office, probably more direct numbers. Is that the case?
Absolutely. So we have only mobile numbers. We don't have any office numbers in the platform. So you get a lot of mobile numbers of the contacts, so you can make direct calls and reach out to the prospects. Also, one of the very key differentiators that we have is we also validate catch-all emails, which is not there in most of the platforms right now. So a lot of large companies like Cisco's and NetApps of the world, if you want to try and reach out to them, their emails are catch-all. And most of the platforms actually just sort of extrapolate those emails without validating them. We actually validate each and every one of them to ensure that our customers don't get bounces on those emails and get much better open rates on large customers as well.
Perfect. That increases the connection rates. Now, you mentioned this is good for B2B as well as B2C data. Is there any particular niche that you would say, hey, maybe this is where we're not strong, but everywhere else, you can definitely find some hits, some leads in our database?
So yeah, definitely. So typically anyone, any industry which is more technology intensive, you'll find a lot of data on it. For example, any industry or sub-industry in IT, ITES, BFSI, health tech, that actually works out absolutely well. But if you're not in that position where you're reaching out to like manufacturing industries in local remote areas or local shops, that is not something that we have data on. But anything apart from that, I think you'll find a lot of data in the platform.
That's amazing. I think we've already answered this next question, which is what does your software help users do that they couldn't do before you? But since you're making a comparison to some of existing tools that are very common in this space, why don't you tell us how do you stack against those particular tools, whether that's Apollo, ZoomInfo, Clay? Tell us a little bit about that, please.
Yeah, so let's start with Apollo, we can start with ZoomInfo first. So for ZoomInfo, if you're buying as a license, typically you have to buy, as I said, 4 or 5 different tools. It's extremely expensive. I've myself been a user of ZoomInfo for over 10 years, and honestly, I did not like the experience myself, and that is essentially why we started the platform in the first place. So if you're buying 4 or 5 different tools, you're spending a lot of money. I'm investing a lot on people to train them and make sure that they're using the platform as well. You have to have separate people for getting data, and then people will download the data and pass it on, and you have to then use a lot of integrations in between the platforms, download data, upload it to Outreach. I have no idea what is happening in that process. A lot of times the whole process becomes like a big black hole. What we wanted to achieve was, instead of making this process so difficult, keep it under a single platform, and from searching contacts to actually sending them an email, we brought it down under a single click. So you can actually in one click even search contacts on LinkedIn if you like to, or search in the platform, and in one click you can add them into the campaign and start running your calling process or emailing process in the same flow. So it will actually identify the contacts, find the email IDs, validate those email IDs. You can use a lot of intelligent filters that most of these platforms do not have. Run the campaigns, do follow-ups, calling, and everything else seamlessly in a single platform.
Excellent. Now, we pretty much cover also this next question when we said the connect rates, but in your own words, how should each of the different users of Clodura measure the success of your platform?
Yeah, so see, I mean, our customer base, our customers are typically sales guys, and all they care about is how much sales they are generating from using any platform. And that starts with essentially how good a data is, and what sort of response rates, bounce rates can we offer them. Are we ensuring that their open rates are higher, their data is good, their domain is protected? All of that actually is counted as part of the success. But of course, the end game is how many meetings are we helping them to set up. And that's essentially the most critical thing that we help our customers achieve. We have a very strong success team which works with our customers very, very closely. We're not one of those companies where we come and say, you buy the tool and try it on your own, and only raise a support ticket, will reply on email, all of that. No, we get on calls with our customers. We do hand-holding. We ensure that they're getting the success. We sit with them even to even identify their ICPs, help them even write emails sometimes. So all of those things essentially ensure us that we're giving success to customers on a consistent basis.
I like that. There's a big emphasis, as you said it, customer success is not just, hey, you have access to the tool, go ahead and use the license. If you have some issues, send the ticket, but rather, let's try to help you through the onboarding, build up your ICP. You have some issues there, let's complement that. You don't know what messages to send. Here are a couple of samples, but kind of like help them get set up in executing their campaigns. But
Absolutely.
Overall, as you said, the most important thing is, are we connecting? Are we able to set meetings? And are we able to convert from these meetings if we got the right data? Any campaign, no matter how great it is, will fail if you don't have the right data to do your outbound motion, right?
So just adding one more point to that, we also have a very strict policy of doing QBRs, quarterly business reviews, with our customers. Typically, what people assume is if you are in a PLG motion, which is product-led growth motion, that essentially means you have less connectivity with your customers. We really don't agree with that. While PLG can help you close a customer much faster, in order to retain the customer, they want to talk to somebody. And especially in a complex processes sales, where a lot of things change very dynamically, everyone needs guidance. And because we have that view of 50,000 odd customers, how are they using the platform, what works for somebody, what doesn't work for somebody, they're able to help our customers in much better way in that regard.
Amazing. Also, when it comes to the way the leads are pulled from the system, you mentioned ZoomInfo being expensive. And there is also a credit system and a certain amount of leads based on the package. Without going into details on maybe the current pricing today, can you tell me about the pricing model at least, and how many credits, or how is it used, or is it consumed from a database, and the data that I revealed are the ones that I get credits deducted? Help us understand the pricing model, please.
Absolutely. So we have monthly and annual plans. It's very, very simple. We've kept it extremely simple for someone to come and just try it out. So our $69 plan, which is monthly, gives you unlimited credits on emails. I used to hate this about ZoomInfo when I was using it, that my whole team was constantly worried about, are we exhausting the credits? How much can we download? How many numbers can we see? So we don't keep account of that. We have unlimited access to the full data. You get emails. We have world's highest number of org charts right now. Nobody has as many org charts. The level of deep level that we show on the org charts is also unprecedented, and I'll give you a demo of that as well. So we give full access to the full platform. You can run as many emails as you want. We don't count it at all. We also have phone numbers. We have two kinds of phone numbers, by the way. Again, this is very, very unprecedented. Neither Zoom Info nor Apollo has that. Wherein we have about 114 million phone numbers in the platform that are available at $69 to everyone. So you can just go and search for any phone numbers that you want. We don't count that as well. If we don't have a phone number, in spite of all this, we have also tied up with partners. So we have 9 partners right now who are tied up with us, who give us phone numbers. So you can just purchase a 30 cents credit and unlock numbers that we don't have, and use those as well. You can even do that on free trials, by the way. So typically, a lot of customers tend to like Lucia as a solution because they don't want a platform. All they care about is phone numbers. And in that case, they don't want to pay for Apollo's monthly plan just because they are actually interested in numbers and not running the whole campaign on that. So what we have also enabled is you can just buy add-ons on your free trial plan. Instead of buying a platform and paying for monthly subscriptions, just purchase direct dials if you need that and start running with your process. So instead of middling with your process or trying to change it because I want to increase my subscriptions, we've kept that flexibility where you can just purchase whatever you want and be comfortable with it.
That's a fantastic option for teams that are already married to a tech stack or maybe on a contract and they just cannot cancel that out and acquire another database on top of it. Maybe just using it to increase or to reveal more contact information about the leads that they already sourced from another database and are working. That could be another good use case, and it's lovely to hear that you enable that. So without further ado, how about you share the screen and give us a quick little demo, maybe paint us a situation of what would be the use case and show us how to navigate the platform. Yeah, give us a quick little demo, please.
Sure. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, sir, we can see it.
Awesome. So anyone who's used maybe Sales Navigator or Zoom Info or even in Apollo, you probably are used to searching contacts. What you will see here, although, is a lot more filters than you would typically see. So you can cover a lot of edge cases where you want to find out companies like health tech or fintech companies, which is not a standard industry parameter. We have already built those as filters inside the platform itself, so you can go and search them with single click instead of going through website by website. And you have a lot of filters out here which you can also allow you to search by funding or by what sort of products are they offering and what sort of intent do they have. We also have our own intent in this. So all of these filters you can use to search the contacts. Now let's take a very simple example. Let's say I'm somebody who wants to reach out to fintech companies in US. My persona to target is, let's say, VPs and VP of engineering, director of engineering, and I want to find out if they are looking to do, let's say, digital transformation. So all of these filters you can go ahead and search directly here. So let's say I start with my contact level filters, wherein I'm going to select here seniority as, let's say, head, CXO, VPs, and directors. I'm only going to select functions which are, let's say, engineering and IT. You will also see a lot more functions here, by the way. So this is also work of a lot of IT infrastructure we have, as well as the machine learning that we use to identify what sort of functions these guys actually are working under. Now in industry, I'm going to select, let's say, information technology. And I can, of course, go and select whatever size companies I want, or I can even go and search by revenue of the company. And here I'm going to search basically intent. And in intent, I'm going to select digital transformation. So
I can see that the update in sorry to cut you, Kapil, the update in the background, it's pretty fast for the number of filters that you've applied.
Absolutely. So that's, again, the whole thing is on the infrastructure and how smart the search is. If you see, a lot of these filters are not available on any of the platforms, which will actually give you a lot more better results. Generally, people don't want hundreds of thousands of results. They want only very targeted, focused results, which are exactly matching their criteria. And that's what exactly we offer here. So you will get much faster results. And of course, it will definitely save a lot of time in searching further as well.
Fantastic.
Okay, so now generally when you'll see the contacts, they will be locked like this here. What you can do is you can select the contacts and you can unlock them. What we have done here is we've also integrated. So I can select these contacts and I can just click on view all contacts. I can of course go and unlock tens of thousands of contacts together. What it basically does is when I unlock these emails, it also goes for real-time verification. So all these emails basically will get actually pinged in real time to check if these guys are currently working in the company or not, and then the email is shown to you. So if Pat has already left the organization even 5 minutes before I unlock his email, I will get to know that his email is not working. It will come as guest, and you can hopefully avoid to send him an email and avoid a bounce as well. So all of that essentially is already handled in the platform.
That's an interesting feature because a lot of platforms, they tell you that they verify the emails. They may do it on a, let's say, on a frequently basis, but maybe in that moment where you were doing the data pull, let's say the emails were verified 2 months ago, some people may change jobs. And by the time you do the data pull, even though they claim they verified them, guess what? Data becomes stale or starts becoming stale the minute you generate a lead list. It starts
Absolutely. Absolutely, and what we see is about 18 to 20% of the people change jobs on a monthly basis. So whatever data you already have, you're basically adding about 18 to 20% of bounce rate to your email campaigns on a month on month if you don't do it fresh. So
Exactly.
we had to do a lot of work to ensure that while we are doing it in real time, the process is not slow for our customers, and that
I
is
like
what we
that.
have managed to achieve here. Your speed should not be compromised for the freshness. And hence we have actually added. So as I said, anyways we do non-catch-all emails real-time validation. We have also now added catch-all emails real-time validation, which is actually a huge challenge in the industry. So if I want to reach out to Dell or Accenture or anything, most of these servers typically are catch-all, and their emails typically will not be validated. A lot of these guys actually just validate a sample of these emails by sending them an actual email. We are validating every single email in real time so that your bounce rate is lowest and your open rates and replies typically are the highest in the industry.
So 3 items I want to highlight real quick. Number one, the speed and the ease of navigating the platform makes you not need to have a data analyst, or as you said at the beginning, someone dedicating to generating lead lists, because it's pretty easy for any SDR, any salespeople to navigate it themselves. Even any manager to pull it for their teams and distribute it seems very easy. Number one. Number two, so you're saving already on staff. It adds a layer of validation the moment you generate or do a data pull. Not only the data is supposed to be fresh and accurate already in the database, but it gets an extra verification the moment you pull it. Things like the catch-all emails that are a pretty big deal if you're reaching out to IT, to technological companies. It creates that extra layer of trust or certainty that the data is going to help you connect. And number three, it aggregates different sources. You're not just getting one to info, you're not just getting whatever poll is getting. It aggregates from different sources, and it can be used in different ways. Pull the lead list or just validate phone numbers. If you are already working on certain contacts, maybe you're already going through an account-based motion, you just need the people that you already know you're contacting, want to get other sources. That's where you become of great use. Awesome. Please continue with the demo. I'm loving it.
Absolutely. Thanks. Thank you so much. So here, if you see, you will see phone numbers available with the email IDs. Typically, this does not happen in Apollo as well. So this is a huge differentiating factor between us and Apollo, where we do not hide the phone numbers. The mobile numbers are available to everyone who is unlocking an email address. And if we don't have a number in any case, we still have partners. So we've got you covered on that angle as well. So if we don't have a number for somebody, you can still get a credit and unlock a number. But in most cases, you will see the numbers directly appearing here. That is a huge difference. Another thing is, if I go and click on any of the companies, I will then basically see a very detailed report on the company in terms of what their pain points are, where are they looking to spend money on, what locations they're looking to spend that money on, what technologies are they using, what products, languages are they using. We roughly track about 70,000 products that are being used in the industry right now. Of course, you can search with these filters as well. So there are a lot of filters available outside to search with these as well. But you get to see a very detailed list of these. What office locations do they have? What all intents do they have? These are all proprietary intents. We don't use Bambora or any of the other third-party content aggregators because their conversion rates are very, very poor typically. So we have our own intent, which is very effective, and you can try that out as well. And of course, we track jobs and sales triggers and everything else directly in the platform. One more very important thing I wanted to show you was the org charts piece of it. Now, if you see here, typically org charts we were all used to seeing org charts in the ZoomInfo era, where you get like a very basic org chart structure, which looks like an Excel. And they typically plot maybe 1 or 2 levels of the contacts, and out of the 10,000 people company, most likely about 30 to 50 or at max 100 contacts are plotted on the org chart. What we have done here is we have built a machine learning ability here to actually design a full runtime org chart. This is extremely useful when you're doing account-based outreach, where I really want to know where this contact is working and who's next to him, who's above him, who's below him. All of those things basically need to be understood along with the BU structure in an organization. This is extremely crucial. Our customers love us for this right now. Everyone sort of takes this out and pushes it into their Salesforce as well so that they can keep it and maintain it. But it is extremely painful to build this manually. So if you see here, I clicked on Ramki and it actually showed me a whole open org chart to show me where Ramki is in the organization. Along with this, it also shows me all the BUs that the organization right now has. And it also basically shows me all the sub BUs as well. So if I just pull out this here, so if I quickly just show you engineering in this, it will also show me the heads of the engineering here, and it will also show me the sub BUs in the engineering. So let's say who's the head of applications in engineering, or who is the head of cloud in engineering function there. So I get all of this data already plotted, and I can just go and access their email IDs and phone numbers directly from here and reach out to them using a single click. So I can just click on this here and I can send a quick email, or I can add him into a campaign and let the campaign take it further. So this gives me a huge clarity on how the company looks from outside, without spending a lot of time on understanding, what the structure is and so on and so forth. So this is again a big difference between us and Apollo and ZoomInfo, where none of these guys actually have it to this deep level. ZoomInfo is of course quite preliminary. We are far better than Apollo also in this regard.
This is bananas, Kapil, because I know 1,000 employee companies that don't even have their own organizational chart mapped out or updated for that matter.
Absolutely.
And I know sometimes the individuals do update their roles on LinkedIn on different sources, but the company doesn't even have that centralized. That alone could be a tool for the HR department of many companies, I bet.
Absolutely. And we also cover, because we cover even personal email IDs. So you can ask for personal email IDs if you want. Generally, all our basic email IDs are corporate email IDs. But even HR teams can use it because we also have appended those corporate email IDs with personal email IDs as well. So if you want to reach out to people using those IDs, you can do that as well, very easily.
Incredible. So you've shown us how to create a lead list, how to reveal some information. What else do you have in store for us?
Another very important thing is, of course, the cadence piece, where you can actually create and run email campaigns. Now, I'm not going to get into very details of this because this is pretty standard in terms of anyone who's run a campaign. But you have a lot of things that you can do with this. You can go ahead and create your email phases here. You get very detailed analytics of how the opens and clicks and everything is worked out. We also have, by the way, email compose, which actually helps you write a very beautiful email. So we have also a lot of prompts that everyone typically knows, ChatGPT and Bar and all of that, but they are not designed. That the sole operation is not to design emails. So you have to go and understand a lot of prompt engineering to get a good email out of these tools. What we have done is we have designed our own LLM over about 40-45 million emails that people have sent, and trained them on various parameters. For example, what industry that person is, the target person is, what seniority that target person is, what kind of email works in what kind of locations and all of that. And you can use all the drop-down filters to design an email in less than a minute. So I can design and say, oh, hey, this is my first level email or follow-up email. What sort of tones do you want to use? You can try out various different tones. My personal favorite is contrarian, which gives me the best results. You can also try humorous tone for your last email and all of that. You can design the size of the email that you want to do. What is your main offering? What is your sub offering? What industry are you reaching out to? What seniority are you reaching out to? So all of those basically will design a very beautiful email, because a lot of times doing this A/B testing, it's a humongous task for sales guys to sit down and figure out what sort of emails to write to what kind of people. And what ends up happening is you end up sending the same email to everybody in the organization.
Mhm.
That essentially is a big problem in getting replies. So when we were using tools like ZoomInfo earlier, I don't think anyone ever came to us and asked us, hey, what success are you getting from the platform? Are you even getting any success from the platform? But since we didn't have any option, we never complained about it. We had to sort of figure it out on our own. We try to rectify that mistake, and we go and ask with our customers, say, what is your open rate typically? How do you get it? What are you doing that is working beautifully for you? So all of those things basically can happen without a lot of efforts being put in from the sales team, because we want them to focus on actually closing deals than searching contacts or writing emails or wondering about all of these things and worrying about them.
That makes sense. I love it. One thing that I think all AI copy generators should include is an instruction that eliminates the sentence, I hope this email finds you well.
Absolutely. That is a killer for me. If I read that line, I'm not going to read the email.
I know. I was just pulling your hair a little bit because I saw it on one of the templates there. But one of the things I do want to ask around the email feature or the capabilities of sending the sequences is, number one, can I connect multiple domains? And does your system help generate those domains in case, like, for instance, warming them up, etc.? Because I know that for those type of companies that like to send massive amounts of emails but don't want their main domains to be hurt, that may be a key factor there that pushes the needle. And the second one, I know an important feature here, at least in Apollo, is the ability to split test or A/B test messages on a sequence. If you can touch a little bit on those two, please.
Absolutely. So we are actually making these three features live as we speak right now. A/B testing, email warm-up, and multiple domains. All three features are coming very soon. They're already in the testing phase for these three. So hopefully when anyone sees this video, by that time, we should have already have that. All three features are coming in very, very soon.
Incredible, Kapil. Awesome. So we've taken a very in-depth journey of Clodura. Is there anything else you would like to share with the audience?
Essentially what Clodura does for you is it plugs in all the tools together in a single platform. So typically if you're spending a lot of money on data right now, or a lot of money on people or the infrastructure that you need to maintain that database, it will take away all of that, and it will put everything under single hood so that you can get detailed analytics of your entire team, what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. We have beautiful team dashboards as well, which allow you to find out what my team is doing on a daily basis, how many contacts are being reached out to, how many are being missed out, how many people were not reaching out to on time or not doing effective follow-ups. Everything you'll get to see in those advanced analytics, which will help you understand how the team is performing. And once you start measuring it, you can start improving it as well if need be. So that all is plugged into a single platform.
Incredible. That's a lot of different features and different tech stacks packed into one. And one last thing that I wanted to ask, and just notice, I don't know if we did cover that, the dialer part. So there's a database, there's a sequencer. Can I also call people from here and get the information stored, just to complete that cycle of, yes, this could entirely replace the CRM?
Correct. So again, that is the fourth feature that we are right now making live. So we are integrating with Twilio to start with, and we'll be integrating other parts as well. So I think by next week, you should have Twilio integration being done. So you should be able to make calls from the same platform as well. So that is already in the last stage of the go live motion.
Incredible. So in the next couple of, let's say, days, weeks, maybe months, people should be able to run a full campaign as long as they have the target, they have the messaging, They can generate the lead list, run the copy, execute the campaign, send the messages, make the phone calls, and document all the conversions on this standalone platform without having to pay for any contact information, lead generation, company databases, email platforms for delivery, CRMs, dialers, etc. Everything in one single platform. That's a big claim,
Absolutely.
Kapil. That's a
Absolutely.
big claim. Looking forward to more companies running their campaigns on your system, getting more connections. Ultimately, it's all about converting. If you have a clear ICP, you have a clear messaging, and your timing is right, then you should be converting more often. And if that's something you can do through Clodura, then I would love to see more people running successful campaigns.
Absolutely. That's what we are hoping for as well. And as I said, we do a lot of handholding with our customers. Anyone who needs any help, we get on a call and help them. We don't say, send us an email and we'll think about replying to you. So if anyone needs any help, do reach out to us, set up a call with us. We'll be more than happy to talk to everyone and ensure that we're adding value to your process.
Excellent. Well, there you have it, team. If you are looking to run a go-to-market campaign, looking to improve your data, or get more assistance, or reduce the bill on the tools you're using to run your go-to-market motions, definitely take a look at Clodura.ai in the CloudTask marketplace. It's been a pleasure, Kapil. Looking forward to the growth of your software and more features, of course, being enabled for the end consumers.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Eddie. Love talking with you. I hope this helps your viewers as well.
Excellent, Kapil. Thank you so much for your time. See you on the next one.
Thank you so much.